What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we have the weekly reset preview for January 17th. And this week we're getting the final catalyst for Revision 0, but on top of that we'll see the conclusion of the main season quest, so it's possible that we'll see a significant story element this week. And then additionally we have new weekly challenges, featured activities, and the Nightfall weapon alongside bonus rewards. But coming with that is the launch of Grandmaster Nightfalls. Plus, as always, we'll cover the other core content, including raids and playlists, the Eververse inventory, which includes a hidden New Year bundle this week, and everything else related to the game and the reset. So, as always guys, I hope you find the breakdown helpful today. And if you do, be sure to get subscribed for more Destiny content, but now let's get into it. The first thing we should touch on is the More Than a Weapon quest. We should be seeing the final steps of the season quest this week, and so it'll be interesting to see how the story pans out, and if there are any big narrative moments alongside the end of that quest. But additionally, we'll get access to the final exotic catalyst for Revision 0 this week, and that'll grant the 4-timer refit, which of course unlocks 4th times the charm, and rapidly landing precision hits will return 2 rounds to the magazine. As always, we'll get another stats upgrade on the exotic as we do that, and I suppose with us having access to Outlaw, a lot of folks probably consider that we have the best version of the weapon already, but let us know if you'll be diving in to get the 4th and final upgrade for the weapon. And then we get on to seasonal challenges for the week. And so for week 7, initially, we have More Than a Weapon 7 to complete week 7 of the quest and defeat Hive and Fallen bosses anywhere in the system, with bonus progress for defeating them in Heist Battlegrounds and the Operation Seraph Shield mission. On top of that, in Heist Battleground playlists, we need to complete heists and defeat combatants with Season of the Seraph or Ikelos weapons, and those first 2 challenges will drop Exo Frame modules. And then we have Legendary Heists to complete a Heist Battleground on Legend difficulty, Seasonal Shaping 2 to earn levels with shaped seasonal or Ikelos weapons. But additionally there is Down to Size to defeat targets with trace rifles, glaives and linear fusion rifles in Gambit, with bonus progress for defeating invading guardians. Plus there is Fleeting Glory to complete crucible matches in the competitive playlist, and bonus progress will be granted for wins. On top of that though, with the return of Grandmaster Nightfalls, we've got the triumph to complete any Nightfall strike on Grandmaster difficulty. And speaking of the Vanguard stuff for this week, the featured Nightfall for the week will be the Insight Terminus, and we're going to see bonus rewards applied this week, so if you want to stock up on materials like Ascendant Shards, it'll be a good week to play. Plus we have the launch of Grandmaster Nightfalls for the season, and the featured weapon this week will be Mindbender's Ambition. But in reference to Grandmasters, Bungie have said they're making the following adjustments, decreasing the power level needed to enter Grandmasters by 25 to 1580. They've also decreased the overall power level of Grandmaster activities by 10, so they'll be at power level 1620 now. And they say the current power difference of minus 25, where all enemies are at least 25 power below you, will still be in effect. And that means we can enter at 1580, but enemies will be 40 power above. And then we can use artifact power or pinnacle drops to increase effectiveness up to 1595, where we'll reach maximum effectiveness. So a bit easier approaching the Grandmasters this season, and let us know if you'll be diving into them this week. But then for the Crucible, Mayhem returns for the week, and that'll be followed by the return of Trials on Friday's daily reset. Then for the featured endgame activities, this week we're going to see Garden of Salvation and the Pit of Heresy as the featured activities on the moon. Both of these will drop their unique items with updated power relevancy. And then we get onto the Eververse store for the week. And so for Bright Dust, we're going to see the Origami Crane exotic emote. That'll be 3,250 Bright Dust. But additionally, we'll see the Taurus Rocketeer exotic ship, which will be available for 2,000 Bright Dust. And then we're going to see the Subjugator entrance Transmat effect, which will be 450 Bright Dust. Followed by a new shader for the season called Sinking Feeling, which will be 300 Bright Dust this week. Additionally though, we have the Festive Sparks exotic emote. That's going to be 3,250 Bright Dust. As well as the Jubilant Decree legendary emote, which will be 700 Bright Dust this week. And then onto a few more of the exotic items, we have the Lampion Shell. That ghost shell will cost 2,850 Bright Dust. And additionally, we'll see the Taurus Firecracker, an exotic sparrow right there, for 2,500 Bright Dust. And then we get the Lunar Growl exotic ship here for 2,000 Bright Dust. But the featured weapon ornament this week will be Tyrant's Vision, a Warmind themed ornament for the Eyes of Tomorrow. That'll be 1,250 Bright Dust. And finally, for the Bright Dust section at least, for 1,500, we'll be able to get the Lunar Tiger, which is a legendary ghost projection. On top of that, it looks like Bungie will be introducing a bundle of silver items associated with Chinese New Year. So there's a new exotic sparrow, ghost shell, and ship. But also an exotic weapon ornament, the Leporine Jubilation, which is an ornament for Risk Runner, that will be available for 700 silver. Plus it looks like Bungie could be introducing some other items for players to pick up for free, so we'll have to wait and see what they announce this week. But bear in mind the introduction of that additional bundle of items. Moving on to featured Lost Sectors though, for January 17th, we're going to see Chamber of Starlight featured, dropping exotic legs. Then for January 18th, it'll be Aphelion's Rest, dropping exotic arms. January 19th, we'll see K1 Logistics dropping exotic chess pieces. And then on January 20th, we'll get K1 Crew Quarters dropping exotic helmets. But that'll be followed by K1 Revelation on January 21st, dropping exotic legs. And then for January 22nd, it'll be K1 Communion dropping exotic arms. And finally on January 23rd, Bunker E15 dropping exotic chest pieces. However, if it's the Dares of Eternity you're wondering about, on top of the updated red border weapons this season, we are going to see Rotation 3 loot drops, which are world drops as random drops at the end of the activity, and that includes the Scatterhorn armor set and the Lightkin armor set, so the armor from back in Season of the Splicer, plus we'll see a few weapons from Season of the Splicer and a handful from Forsaken. However, if you want the Ascendant Challenge this week, it'll be the first one in the rotation, which is Aura Borea, accessed via Aphelion's Rest in the Strand. But if you want gameplay of how to find that one this week, we'll run some at the end of the video. Otherwise, for today guys, that is everything we have to round up for the weekly reset. So as always, I'll keep you posted. Looks like Bungie are going to begin the conversation about Nightfall shortly, so we can expect more reveals. Definitely get subscribed so I can keep you up to date. But if you've enjoyed the video today, a rating below really does help us out, and let us know what you'll be getting up to in Destiny 2 this week. But otherwise, as always, I appreciate you tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.